It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll get a look at Ezekiel Elliott. He was steady for him on the ground a week ago, reaching the century mark and adding a score. It's the Blues and the Ravens, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Blues of Honolulu taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the 1 being the victor.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. The numbers for Zeke from last week. 18 carries, 127 yards, and a score.
I think he's exactly where he wants to be coming into a game, partner, because he has to still be riding the momentum from last week when he broke the century mark in rushing and had one of his best individual efforts of the season. I would expect there was more from him on the way after that type of a game, and I know his teammates and coaches, they feel exactly the same way.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Stroud on 3rd down now. Call that a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. They'll be under the command of the former Florida State Seminole, the #1 overall pick in 2015, Jameis Winston.
And I saw that he had an interesting quote in the research packet that we had after last week's game. It's all on me now. I've got to lead my team and find a way for us to win a game. 0-2, but they're at home. I guess he's going to try and find a way to get the home crowd involved early.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 47-yard line.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Throwing, Winston. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that can put your team in some jeopardy?
Elliott going to get it again on second down. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on third down, here's Stroud. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Ravens. Jameis now. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he's taken down inside the 30. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here, 1st and 10.
Samuel with a catch, and he's still the gold standard for receivers getting work out in the backfield, even if his numbers fell in 2022. Most yards, carries among NFL receivers, over 850 total yards for him in 2022. Not too shabby since he only played 13 games.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And the return will stop right around the 25. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
On first down, here's Stroud. Over the middle, complete. It's Moore. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. On 2nd down, Elliott. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. A shotgun snap to Stroud. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
At their own 24-yard line.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Short pass caught by Henry. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7. At the 27-yard line.
Harris running straight ahead. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, Winston. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Jameis to throw it. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Play fake. Winston. Open man, the tight end Henry. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Here we go now on 1st and goal. Harris. And after the nice stiff arm, the next wave swarms in quickly for the stop. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Winston, run on the option left here. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Jameis Winston. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are on the board first here this afternoon. And this is a crew, they've come out flat their last two games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really haven't. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Stroud now on 1st and 10. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked by Tracy Walker. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
And that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards. Now a second down throw for Winston. And he's got it. And the Ravens are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they go to work on a 1st and goal. To throw, Winston. And he will not get away. He's sacked back around the 3-yard line. Big DeMarcus Lawrence getting in there and bringing him to the ground. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now Winston, he will keep it. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Jameis Winston with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Ravens go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, Charles, he's already proven that he's not afraid to tuck that football down on the option, and he's into the end zone for the 2nd time in the game.
And that's exactly what you need from your quarterback. The ability to run the ball fearlessly. And in fact, many quarterbacks will tell you running the football doesn't scare them. Standing in the pocket and taking blindside hits, that's what terrifies them.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Well, the Honolulu offense making its return to the field now. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember, last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well. They should have put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Stroud now on 3rd and 2. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Stroud to throw it. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So pass interference, the call is so tough as a defender, I'd imagine, to time that up perfectly.
It certainly is difficult to get it exactly right because sometimes you're looking at getting there fractions of seconds too early. That one looked a little more obvious. Always a tough penalty to officiate. Just ask the basketball refs, and they have to officiate blocked and charge.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And they'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Campbell. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd down and 3. Stroud out of the gun here. Looking left side. That's caught by Moore. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Left with no option here but to throw it away. Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal. Inside give to Elliott. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
With the way things have gone in this game, I think they've got to consider going for it here. I realize it's just the 2nd quarter, so they're not panicking, but they need something to give them positive momentum to get things going.
The kick by Crosby is good, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So not exactly the response they were hoping for, but they'll take the 3 to at least get them on the score sheet.
Yeah, now is not the time to panic. All is well, somewhat calm, only down 14-0. So continue to play your game, take the points when they're there, and put the emphasis on your defense to go out and get you the football back.
So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They've lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. A 1st down throw for Winston. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Desmond King picks it, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Oh, man, partner, this is something cornerbacks love to do, and that's outthink a quarterback. If you get a sense that they're going to throw a quick out route or a quick hitch, you can just lay back an extra yard or 2, but then really put your foot in the turf and drive on the football. And here I think he baited the quarterback into the throw and made it pay off.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 17-yard line.
Stroud. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down.
And a Honolulu 1st down.
Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. They go to Elliott again. And he'll find his way down right around the 12. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Throwing now is Stroud.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Now Mason Crosby on for the field goal. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now.
So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
The game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get 1 play before the 2-minute warning. Throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw is Winston.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They hand this off to Harris. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down.
Well, the Honolulu offense set to take over possession of the football.
And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
To the left side, there's the tight end Musgrave.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
Stroud to the air on 1st and 10.
His throw incomplete.
Had an open man that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
Again on 2nd down, it's Stroud.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble.
We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
The Ravens going to get 1 more drive here in this first half. And with an 8-point lead, probably not too much of an impetus to try and do too much here.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Here's Winston. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Harris. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interception.
Times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. This time they stay on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We'll get started down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. And they are just about ready to head to halftime with the Dolphins on top. Geno Smith has thrown a touchdown pass. From Miami, we stay in the AFC East and head up to check on the Jets at home at MetLife Stadium. And they currently trail in that game against the visiting Patriots. The Patriots trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Finally, let's get to Silicon Valley to check on the 49ers at home at Levi Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting New York Giants. Kenny Pickett, sharp in the victory, as his guys bounce back from a tough start to the year to claim victory number 1. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. He's past the 30. He will score. Touchdown, Ravens.
It's all about taking words and bringing them to life. At halftime, I will guarantee you in their locker room, they talk about pressing the kicking game because you can get an advantage if you do it right, and they just did.
Gonzalez now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6. Well, we talk a lot about explosive plays on offense. How about an explosive play on special teams? Certainly one there on the kick return for a touchdown. So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff.
Dante Pettis now from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
First and 10, it's Stroud.
This one to Bourne, and he's got it. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. That one goes for 24 yards. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another first and 10.
Stroud will run the option left.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
From the 43, here's a second down and 6.
10th carry now for Elliott.
And he'll be stopped at the 46. Gain of 3.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Now here's Stroud on third down. This one incomplete. Almost picked up by the rookie, but he couldn't quite work it in. And now it's fourth down.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on for the 5th time here today. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Ravens will get it. First and 10 from deep in their own territory. Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Again, it's Harris on second down.
Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. Now Winston. That is caught. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball. They leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Here's Winston. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Winston looking for Tony on the out route, and he's got him.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. 4 yards on the pickup. Good enough to extend the drive.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But a short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
A quick throw complete to Chark. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. For a big guy, Jameis sure can move. Did a nice job there picking up the first down with his legs.
Partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another first down. Henry's got it out on the left side. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that'll bring up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Play fake. Winston. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Deebo Samuel. A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Ravens have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Here's Dante Pettis on the return.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Honolulu offense making its return to the field now. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
At the 22-yard line.
On second down, Elliott once more.
And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. Got to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Fielded at about the 28. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Deebo Samuel trotting out with his offense to start this next drive.
Previous series, definitely a focal point. 3 catches, the touchdown grab. As a DB, or former DB, is there a number of catches on a drive you're like, oh, he got the best of us?
I'm not sure there's a number, but there's a great feel. And what he did on the last drive, yeah.
Especially with a touchdown.
Yes.
You're never happy.
You're exactly right. The way he capped it off. What are we going to do to take things away from him? Because I'm not sure the other guys can make those sort of plays. So let's make sure that we don't let him get going again.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
On 3rd and 1, here's Winston. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
They'll throw down the field, caught by his running back. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back now in Baltimore. The offense on 3rd down, a very anemic, 1 for 9 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. Now Elliott. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Stroud now on 2nd down.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Kendrick Bourne. A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Blues are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Stroud's going to try to throw for the conversion.
That's caught at the 1. And he is going to get in there for the 2 points to make this a 12-point game. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw in this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
Open man is Samuel, complete. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
From the gun, Winston. Connecting here with Chark on the out route. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating defensively. You're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. And this one into the hands of DJ Chark. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Here's 3rd and 10. Stroud on 3rd down now. Over the middle, complete. That's Elliott. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. Fourth down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
I tell you what, this is not for the faint of heart right here. 4th down, this is taking a big risk, but it's as good a play call as you can imagine. And the defense just not able to come up with the stop they needed. And this is not just a first down, but a big play as well.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. A shotgun snap to Stroud. And he'll go right back to Moore. Complete again. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Again, he finds Moore. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Here goes Stroud again.
And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
Stroud toward the pylon, but it's incomplete.
I like his awareness in the pocket there. Nowhere to go with the football, so instead of forcing it to the sideline, he's just going to put this one into the harbor and live to fight another down without getting wet.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
3rd and goal, Stroud.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So now 4th and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to go for it right here. The clock's dwindling on me.
And it's caught. Touchdown.
Luke Musgrave
with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Blues have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Crosby with the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession.
After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Now, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Here's Winston.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Winds up and lets it go for Samuel.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The situation for them offensively as follows. Down by 7, 1:35 to go. Their perfect start to the season in jeopardy unless they can score here as they've got it 1st and 10.
Stroud.
Open man is born. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Here's Stroud. He's got Elliott.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
Stroud to throw it. That is caught.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34.
final minute. No timeouts at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens in bounds.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. Now Stroud. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete. The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. Fourth down, Stroud going to try to throw for it.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. They go down to a knee and a sigh of relief as they are into the win column for the first time this year. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And a little bit of a surprise, they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ballgame.
And this is very unusual because you know all teams stress winning the turnover battle as a key indicator to winning ball games. So when you get something that goes against the grain like the one we saw here, it's quite the oddity. Now, let's face it, they'll be very happy that they pulled this off, but they do know that in the future, they've got work on taking care of the football because this won't happen very often.
So for the Ravens,